What's happening? This is Fruitcake Tony. Welcome to Show Me Your Pick, November 28th. We have got the gang all here. Nice to see everybody. How you guys doing?
Good. Good.
Splendid.
Good.
Hi, chat.
Hey, chat.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Steve, how you doing, dude?
I'm good, man. All good in California.
Did any of you travel for Thanksgiving or just hunker down at your house and had dinner with some close family and friends and that's it?
Yeah, no, just
that's what we did.
Stuck around actually. Actually, it was a little weird here.
We traveled. Listen, half a mile.
California's been getting kind of, we get worse by the hour here. So we actually, everybody kind of stayed at home actually. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
My son lives a mile or so away, and we went over there. Me and my youngest and my lovely ex. They had a big spread. It was nice. So yeah, it was close by and small and intimate. So yeah.
Cool, man.
Big G, how you doing, dude?
What up, homie?
Good to see you, bro.
Good to be seen. How's everybody doing?
I like it turned side. Turn it the other way.
Like a rhino?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a mohawk. It's way better.
Yeah. Nice.
It hurts this way, though.
I'm sorry. Is that what she said?
It digs into my forehead.
Woo! Sandra,
Or my
saucy one.
In my
I
case,
know. Shame on me.
In my case, my five head
Apologies
because it's
for
bigger than a forehead.
Break my card.
Guys.
No, you can flip it back if you want.
Let's bring in our very special guest.
Oh, he's special. He's special, all right.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Be nice.
I am.
Everybody say hello. The one and only John Mancuda. There he is.
Special like the Olympics.
Short bus window licking special. I like to call it.
For our very special Bon Jovi show. Well lit.
Oh, nice.
You can almost see it. There you go.
John's life coordinator couldn't be with us today.
Yeah. Fruitcake Tony said, well, I want John on the show. And they're like, oh, well, let me see if I could book John Bon Jovi. And they couldn't. So they're like, well, what other guys do you know that spell their name Jon? Mancuda. All right, get him. Fine, get him.
Now, is that a sew-on patch or iron-on patch?
This is, I guess it's a sew-on. Yeah, nice. It's a sew-on. I mean, it came with one of John's guitars that I have.
Very nice.
I will be showing later in the show. I have two guitars to show. I have one of John Bon Jovi's and one of Ritchie Sambora's.
Wow.
So
very cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
Stay tuned.
Awesome.
Let's say hi to the chat, shall we?
Yeah, who's in here, Gary?
We got brother Mitch Heyman. What's up, dude?
Hey, man.
D White Bailey, the Hitman.
Hitman.
Hal Face. What up, homie?
Hey, Hal Face.
And I'm trying to move my cursor. Thomas Santiago.
Hey, Thomas.
What up, Tom? Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Tom.
And I think that's it right now.
Mitch is in here.
Yep, I said brother Mitch. Yep.
Nice. Bon Jovi, guys. Bon Jovi.
Love Bon Jovi.
Man,
Anchovy.
back in the 80s, I was a huge Bon Jovi fan.
Oh yeah.
Huge Bon Jovi fan. 85 to 90. Oh, man. Loved Bon Jovi back in the day. Still do. But back when in their heyday, yeah.
I've been asked often if you could have belonged to 180's band, back in their prime, what would it be? And I think about it, and it's like there's a lot that you think about, but Bon Jovi was always my choice because they really, really did rule the world back in the 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, you started off with, with the self-titled Bon Jovi album, with the Runaway song, and that's, where that launched off. Then you got into 7800 Degrees, and, people were like, okay, he's still here. But then when you got up to Slippery When Wet, then it just like exploded. And Bon Jovi was just everywhere. You couldn't be anywhere without, Living on a Prayer and, all the hits, which there were many that came out of that third album, and then, New Jersey broke and it was like even more of an explosion. Those guys were on the road something like 4 years without a break. Think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, not being home and,
I had the Bon Jovi perm back in 85.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah, no, I did too. I mean, I have naturally curly hair, but like there was one time one girl actually got it exactly layered like John had it. And I was like, oh my God, it's perfect. It's exactly how I want it. And, that was like the best haircut I ever had in my life. And no one was ever able to duplicate it again. Then other people tried. It looked like, Paul Stanley in the rain or Gene Simmons in a grease puddle, or, it just never came out as good as that one day. But I was so excited,
Yeah.
I actually ended up looking like the guy in ELO with the beard. I can't think of his name.
I looked like
Jeff
a
Lynne?
dirty Q-tip.
Who?
Jeff
Who's
Lynne,
Sandra?
the main guy? Jeff Lynne.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I had the glasses and the beard, like the Kenny Loggins beard, and like the Bon Jovi hair. Yeah.
Everybody had the Bon Jovi hair, the white tips, the white highlight too.
Frosted highlight.
Yeah.
You know what?
I did that.
You did that also, Sandra, the frosting?
No.
I didn't do the frosting, but I had the dark hair, and his father was a hairstylist, so he came up with that. Hey, let's layer your locks, and it just looked so fucking good,
Right.
He'd sweat on stage, and they looked really good, even wet. And I'd sweat just running around, and it was like, like one of the Harlem Globetrotters or something,
I remember there were, the Rolling Stone cover they did. It was like, how can guys look that good?
It hurts, right?
It hurts. I to follow that thought, I interviewed John, both those guys, John and Ritchie, right when they came out with the record. I forget the title, 50 Million Fans Can't Be Wrong, or 100 million. I think it was, I don't know if it was a compilation or a best of.
Wasn't it a live album?
Yeah, I think it was. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. So this is probably late 80s, early 90s, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were huge. But I remember sort of
Red
asking
hot.
John that question. This is a telephone conversation. I go, what does it feel like to be you? I go, you look unbelievable. You have the greatest hair in the world. You have every girl on the planet wanting you. You're in an unbelievable band. You sing great. You act. you know, and I expected him to say, well, yeah, you know, I've been lucky, or I've been, you know, and he said, man, I have worked every fucking day of my life for that, you know. And I respected that, because I thought he could have been glib, and he could have said, yeah, I've been living the life and it's all good, and you know, but you know, for him to say that he really worked at it and didn't kind of shrug it off as just this thing that he's sort of created. I had a lot of respect for the guy for that. I really did.
Yeah.
I mean,
He is right
what
though.
he did.
He is right though. Think about this.
Yeah, no, he was. But I mean, you know, I would expected him to say, you know, looking from the outside, yeah, you know, I get my hair done, and you know, but it was just nothing like that. I mean, he may talk that way to his buddies or whatever, but to me, it was like, hey, I work my fucking ass off for it every day. So, but yeah, no, those guys definitely put in their time, and like you said, you know, paid their dues on those first couple of records and hit a home run with Slippery When Wet, you know, brought in some other writers smart enough to do that. So
yeah.
I mean, you have to look at how he started. I mean, he started basically working at a radio station saying, listen, I'll do anything to work here. Sweeping floors, you're good. I'm there. And that's what he did. He would basically be like doing janitor stuff, and then at night he would go in and start recording demos that, you know, he was allowed to do when no one was using the studio part, you know.
That's where he worked though, right? He swept the floors at the power station in New York.
Yeah. I mean but that's it.
Yeah.
He applied for that job just because he wanted to be near that scene, to use a recording studio, to, you know, just to at the ground level, anything to like get going. He was very humble that way, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, this is probably a little sacrilegious. I never thought John was the greatest singer in the world. He's a really good singer, and you know, he was a great singer for those songs. But in terms of having, you know, one of those unbelievably great voices, I didn't think so. You know, I mean, if you compare him to, who can I compare him to? I don't know, Stevie Winwood or Sting or you know, Carl Wilson from the Beach Boys, or I don't know, Roger Daltrey. I mean, I realize these are different eras.
Different genres.
He was different genres. You know, I mean, I'm trying to think of some of those other singers, you know, of the day. You know,
I mean, you could say he wasn't, you know, a vocal range of Jeff Tate from Queensryche or something, you know, or Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden, you know.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. Yeah.
But the thing about John,
I mean, go ahead.
The thing about John is he was a good, solid singer, but more than anything, he was a perfect frontman because he was so good looking and charismatic, and he knew how to work the audience and make them feel like, hey, we're one big family here. We're going to have a great time today. I'm connecting with you. And that's his biggest thing, was his connection with the people. That's what made him a good frontman.
I absolutely agree, which is obviously why those guys, you know, were monstrous on MTV. I mean, my God, that was like...
Oh, sure. All they had to do was be themselves. That's it. They were like the epitome of cool. You know, John would toss his sweaty locks, and the girls would, you know, try to catch the drippings like gravy. And you know, Ritchie also, you know, as his lead guitarist, he was also very good at, you know, connecting with the audience and being a partner with John. That was the good thing, is you didn't see a conflict between them the way you did, say, you know, Don Dokken and George Lynch, or Eddie Van Halen and David Lee Roth. They weren't clashing. These guys were clearly childhood buddies, working together and writing together and putting together entertainment, and both of them were good enough to do solo records.
Yeah,
absolutely. Ritchie,
which they did at the same time there.
Ritchie's one of the unsung guitar heroes. I mean, the guy is a great guitar player, and unbelievably good songwriter, and an unbelievable singer. I mean, my God, in some ways he was a better singer than John.
Yeah, at least on the same par.
John, though, John sang those songs that he wrote with a lot of heart and a lot of soul.
Yeah.
And when you heard him sing those songs, you believed him.
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Never
Yeah,
say goodbye.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Don't you just want to
um,
bawl? I heard that. I heard that for the first. I was never a huge Bon Jovi fan, so I don't know much about them, nor did I listen to them on a regular basis. But I was watching a bunch of documentaries getting ready for this episode and listening to some of the music I'd never heard before, which happened to be Never Say Goodbye. And by the end of this song, you're just bawling your eyes out. It's like, oh my God.
well, Dead or Alive is the big Bon Jovi song for me because that video just basically showed, the rigors of being on tour endlessly, which they were. Just
Yeah.
year after year, you're not home. You're missing your family. You're missing
Yeah.
the loved ones. Every night, someone wants a piece of you, and then suddenly
Yeah.
you're gone. And it's like,
Fucks with
You
your
know.
head.
Let me show everybody what the giveaway is going to be here
Ooh,
today.
yeah. Look at that.
yeah,
That's cool.
So,
nice.
a Ritchie Sambora pick. This is from Lost Highway in 08. And we will be asking a Bon Jovi question later in the show.
Tony, I just sent you a picture.
No. Put me back.
One dick pic on the way, Tony.
Oh, John, you have no idea.
Let's see what.
Okay, can you explain your merch?
Oh, Lord.
How you have your
Oh,
merch
Lord.
thing
Oh my gosh.
You want me to
no.
show this, Gary?
Yeah, man. Is it Jeff Lynne or Bon Jovi with a beard?
It looks like you.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
All right. Hold on to your hats.
Oh my gosh. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Look at that handsome devil. Look at that handsome son of a bitch right there.
So sexy.
Lord have mercy.
I had birds trying to nest in that thing, man.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice.
That's some 1985 shit right there.
I'm going to have to keep that one.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Yeah. So I saw, John, I saw Bon Jovi when they first came out and they had Runaway. I went out and bought the cassette. And this was, I guess, 84.
Probably about 83, 84, something like that.
And what turned me on is the fact that you had a hard rock sound mixed with keyboards, kind of like Journey,
Right.
And I liked all the songs off the debut, Breakout, etc., Get Ready, and then I went and saw Bon Jovi. They were the opening act for the Scorpions when the Scorpions did the Love at First Sting, Rock You Like a Hurricane era.
Sure.
Can I take a time out here? Tony,
Yo.
can you explain to Mitch about how your merch works? I tried to in the chat, but I'm not sure if he gets it. There's no store. If you're looking for a merch store, it's not like he uses, Teespring or anything like that.
Mitch,
goes directly to him.
Go to the description of this video. There is a link. Email me about your size preference. There's shirts and hats. The pictures.
Okay, he says he's got it. Okay.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
he said I got tit, but he deleted that.
Well, either way, good for you, man.
Yeah, Tony has some cool merch. You just gotta hunt around for
You're
it.
welcome.
So when I first saw Bon Jovi that year, this was I didn't take any pictures of Bon Jovi, but these are the ones of that show I took of the Scorpions.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Those
Yeah.
plastic striped pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sure that's not Striper?
No, that was like a Scorpions thing back then.
That was like the black and yellow attack.
It was.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And that was, yeah, I didn't take none of the opening act, only the Scorpions. So I wish I had it now, but
Right.
Nice.
yeah.
I think he still has that Explorer.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We went and saw those guys as opening acts. They were the opening act for the Scorpions. The following year, they toured with Rat. They were the opening act for the Rat Invasion Tour '85. And then on their next album, Slippery, they began as an opening act. I think I saw them as an opening act.
Well, hold on. Their next album was 7800.
Yeah.
7800 Degrees.
And they were Rat's opening act that year. 1985 Invasion of Your Privacy Tour.
They opened for Rat, really?
Yeah.
That's surprising, right?
Yeah, man.
That must have been
opened
that must have been like
whole
at club. That must have been like at clubs or something.
No,
Must have been
The
the
next
was.
year, Rat's
desperation.
opening for them.
Rat,
I don't even
Rat
remember.
was huge at that time.
That was
Was
the
Ra-
desperation tour.
I was like, hey, we got to keep working tour.
Yeah, we need paychecks, dude.
I'm actually very surprised because I mean I know Rat was obviously big at that time, but I don't remember them like fully filling stadiums. I remember them like around then as more of an opening act for guys like the Scorpions and stuff like that.
Well,
Yeah.
Rat, that particular year, that album, Rat's sophomore album, they were headliners. Bon Jovi was the opening act that whole tour. We went and saw it a couple of times
That's unbelievable to me.
here.
Yeah, right. I'm thinking the same thing as you, Gary.
The following year, on the big album, they began as an opening act. 38 Special. I went and saw them open that show. But then once they $100,000 a week for X amount of weeks, 8 months later, they were headliners.
Right. And then they were then everyone was supporting them because that third album, they just blew up. I mean, really blew up. It's like,
out of the blue.
You have to realize, a little history lesson, John basically started again with that, job at the power station. He recorded that, that little demo of himself. He recorded Runaway, and that he got onto the radio station's holiday album. The radio station basically put out like a holiday album. Is that it right there? Oh, that's 7,800. That's 7,800. That's cool. But the radio station basically put out a holiday album of all these obscure bands and demos and whatnot, and said to John, "Hey, we'll put your song Runaway on that holiday album," and it got a bunch of airplay. And
Right.
yeah,
right.
so
that's
what
happened.
That was very cool. And then what happened there was, people started hearing, going, "Oh my God, who's this?" This song is getting all sorts of airplay. And John didn't even have a band then,
Right.
So
right.
he went to Ritchie, and he went to Tico, and these guys he basically grew up with, and basically hired them as his band, but. John then got offered the record contract. It was John's record contract,
Right.
and the band was hired as an afterthought of,
Right.
okay, you guys are the Bon Jovi band, but this is John's deal. So they're actually, and always have been, employees
Always
of John
have
Bon
been.
Jovi.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, and
That's
John
how it always
owns,
was.
John owns the names, the rights, the merch, the songs. I mean, he's very, very sharp business-wise, you know? And then from there, him and Ritchie were the songwriters, basically, you know, and sometimes David Bryan. And you know, they wrote the songs. They came out with their first album, put that out, and that did pretty good. It got them on the map. And then from there, you know, they did their second effort, 7800 Degrees, which, by the way, the title, do you guys know where that title comes from?
No.
Anybody? No?
Yeah,
No.
You know it, Tony?
I think so.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Take a shot.
After you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give the answers.
Correct.
It's the temperature that rock melts.
Right.
That melts
Right.
rock. So he thought that was a cool
I'd
town.
say metal, but anyway.
That
Yeah.
means I play at 8,000 degrees.
There you go. There you go. But that album wasn't very commercially well received.
It wasn't.
You know, it was just kind of middle of the road. Just it didn't really have any real hits. I mean, you had you know, Tokyo Road on there,
Had
and
Only Lonely as the single, and
Only Lonely took off a little bit, but it didn't achieve any sort of real hit status. It just kind of, you know, was like kind of a mid-level sophomore effort.
right.
And then, you know, the record company's like, all right, you know, you got something else, you know, we really got to up the ante here because we're invested in you. And him and Ritchie basically wrote Slippery When Wet. And they started with an album cover of a girl in a wet t-shirt. And, you know, just nipples are popping and the whole 9 yards. And, you know, they started producing that. And then the record company's like, you know what, this is a little too racy. Let's switch the cover at the last minute. So
At
like
the
a
last
certain
minute,
amount,
right.
a certain amount got produced, and then the record company's like, we got to redo this. We got to redo this. What are we going to do? And someone had a garbage bag that was wet with water, and someone basically just wrote Slippery When Wet on the garbage bag, took a photo, and that was the album cover.
That's right.
Yeah.
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 I
And
just
from there.
I just
Go ahead,
verified a little bit of recording history that I heard something about it, and I said, just verified it. Who played guitar on Runaway, the studio version of Runaway? Who played guitar on it?
I do not know that. Was it John?
Tim Pierce. You guys
That's
know who Tim
interesting.
Pierce is? Extremely famous studio guy.
No.
Tim is actually a pretty good buddy. Tim lives out here, out in the valley. I've actually used Tim on some of my songs. I've had him come in and play guitar, and he is one of the best guitar players I've ever seen.
And one of the nicest guys, I think, ever.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I heard a rumor, and I think he got introduced to Bon Jovi during that session by Rick Beato, if I'm not mistaken. I have not verified that, but I think Rick Beato, I think they recorded that Electric Ladyland studio in New York, and I think Rick was there and talking to John's producer and said, we need a guitar player. And Rick's like, I know this guy Tim in California. Let me call him, see if he's free. And Tim came out and he played all the guitars on Runaway, the studio version of Runaway. Yeah,
Nice.
That's very cool.
and if you follow Tim's channel, awesome channel.
Yeah,
Tim
he's great. He
Pierce.
does instruction. Yeah, Tim played that little the mandolin on the Goo Goo Dolls, that huge song.
He's played on everything.
Yeah, he played with Phil Collins and amazing guitar player.
Mitch Heyman points out
so-
that Tim played with Rick Springfield a lot.
Yeah, that's it. That was kind of his first pretty, semi-major live gig out here. And at a point in time, Tim said this, as much as most guys want to get in a band or go on the road or do live, Tim said, nah, I'll stay at home and
Yeah,
make my $3,000 a day and not have to go anywhere or do shit. And
I
in fact, Tim
just
still does
watched
it.
I watched his newest video today, and Rick Springfield was after actually on it, and he
funny.
turned down touring with Rick in Rick Springfield's heyday to stay home and do studio work.
Wow.
Yeah,
Tim's
and I mean,
unbelievable. He
Rick
used to.
Springfield was huge back in the day, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh no, definitely. I used to work for a songwriter named Mark Spiro. Work for him. I was like I'd wash down his lawn furniture and walk his dog and work in his office a little bit.
That's
Mark
the
was
kind
a
of job I
really
want
good guy.
now. It's the kind of job I want now.
Exactly.
I'm desperate.
Where are they now? $15 an hour, and
You still have
don't
lawn.
have to worry about anything.
I'm available.
But Mark wrote. Oh God, he wrote for Heart, wrote for Winger. John Waite was over, wrote for a solo record. Cheap Trick, Robin Zander. But Tim used to bring Tim in to play all the demos. So Tim would come in, never having heard the song. Mark had converted like a little pool house into a little studio, and Mark would never let me inside the studio when they were recording. So I had like a little office next door, but I'd hear Tim playing these parts, and it was just, the guy was just amazing. And I just sort of started hearing about him at that point as a session guy. But my guy Tim would come in and do like 2 or 3 songs a day, multiple guitar parts and a solo and some rhythm parts. What an incredibly talented guy. What else was I going to say? So John, so all those guys in Bon Jovi were or still are just salaried guys. So Tico and those guys never participated in merchandising or any of that stuff?
I mean, they might have down the line, because John is very family kind of oriented. They might have at some point, cut a better deal.
Yeah,
to
John made it
give
work
them,
for a while.
you know?
They stayed
Yeah.
their whole careers, but
Are you guys hearing that weird noise, or is that just?
I'm hearing all kinds of stuff. There's
Now you got some weird
and
noises going on, Gary.
audio.
There's some like crackly stuff going on when people are talking.
Yep. I don't
Okay, it's
know
not
where
just
that's
me.
coming from.
The guitar pops a little for me.
Oh, really? This is causing it to happen?
No, every time
Are you-
somebody speaks, it's like
I'm hearing cracking on you too, Gary.
yeah, I hear cracking when you talk only. Everybody else sounds fine to
Yeah,
me.
I only hear it on you,
Alright,
Gary.
I'm gonna bounce
fix
out
the
again.
problem. God.
So Steve, Ritchie, you spoke with him in the day interviewing?
Yeah, right around that same time as that live record came out. And it's funny because I thought John would have been kind of the egoed out guy and Ritchie would have been cool, but it was just the opposite. Ritchie had a real edge to him. I was shocked. I mean, he was,
Bang.
it was borderline rude. I had no idea where it was coming from. It was a pretty innocuous conversation. But,
Ritchie was?
Yeah, Ritchie was. Yeah, he
Oh,
jumped
shit.
on me a few times.
Oh, Lord.
I just never figured that.
Huh.
he
I
was
mean,
okay,
a
but-
lot of guys had big ego back in the day, though. I mean, it's very hard when every night, you're playing for like, 50,000 people and they're like banging down your door to suck your dick. And it's like, yeah, can I talk with you? Sure, man. I'll give you a minute. It's like, it wears on you.
I get that. I mean, this is a little past. I mean, they were still huge, but it wasn't like Slippery When Wet, monstrous. I mean, they were still a huge band.
Sure.
I mean, I've had this conversation. It's like, I guess I look at it, you're a professional. Hey, and I get having your dick sucked every night. I mean,
I love having my dick
pardon me,
sucked. I mean,
Sandra.
I'm just
I
putting
really
that
don't
out
get it.
there to the audience. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't get it at all.
No, I mean, I get it. Popularity-wise speaking, I mean, I get that and how hard that
Nice.
must be to deal with. Yeah.
Nice.
But
It
it's
must be
like,
very difficult.
you agree to sit down to do an interview, I mean, be a human being about it. You know, this is a press guy you're talking to. Whatever, it's not just a fan or whatever. You know, there's a certain.
Well,
give and take.
look, the hope is that you're always gonna encounter nice people, but at the end of the day, there's nice people and there's arrogant people and there's outright assholes sometimes, just like any other grouping of random people,
Yes.
Yeah, no, I there is, and I get that. I was just surprised that it came from him, because he seemed like such a good guy, and you see
maybe he just had an off day.
Thing.
Maybe he had an off day.
Yeah.
You never know.
I don't think so, but maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what else? Also, time also mellows people. I mean, you have to realize, I'm sure 1995, I mean, let's put it this way. You try to talk to someone in the 80s, security is holding you back. Where's your pass? And by 1995, they're in the bar after the club show. Like, hey, does anybody want to have a beer with me? Anybody?
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's that old saying, be careful of, what is it?
Be careful on your way up the ladder, because you never know who you're going to see on the way down.
That's right.
It's true.
And what are you doing now, Ritchie? Huh?
Well, listen, right now you could talk to Ritchie on Facebook. I mean,
Yeah. Who wants to is the point, but.
How
the guy's still a very talented guy. I mean, I can't take it away. But it's always, well, it doesn't really shock me. But how guys could be that close and then have all that stuff happen. And it happens a lot, right? I mean, it happens all the time.
As far as what?
I'm sorry. As far as guys falling out, a guy who started the band or, an integral part of the band getting kicked out of the band.
All the time. I mean, sometimes it's a business thing. Sometimes it's a spite thing. Sometimes personalities just finally reach a point of blowing up on each other.
Elton John and Bernie Taupin.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought they'd ever get, musically divorced from each other? You know what I mean?
Right.
That was
right.
I mean, they were like a team, literally a team.
Well, look at all
would have been nobody without Bernie Taupin.
Look at all the bands that split up in that mid to late 80s period. I mean, Van Halen, let's start with that in 1985.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like right there, peak of their success, Dave and Eddie going their separate ways, and then, finding alternative success with their, their solo or new band albums. Same with Dokken and Lynch Mob, and
Yeah, the difference between Van Halen though is that they never liked each other from the beginning. They were never friends. They never.
But Dave had a PA system, so you got to go with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason he was in the band. But it's different than. You think of Bon Jovi, you think, well, those guys were good buddies back in the day.
And they were, and a lot of them are. I mean, look, I know that I have childhood friends that I'm still friends with, but along the years, we've had our fallouts. One of my closest friends, I remember, I didn't speak to for like 3 years after we had a big fight. And, same thing with John and Ritchie,
Yeah.
I just started talking to one of my
still
friends,
human,
like a couple 30 years I haven't talked to him. I started talking to him again like 2 weeks ago.
But did you guys have a fallout, or you just lost touch?
No, I moved away,
Yeah, you just lost touch. This is a difference. You can like lose touch with a friend or drift apart for years and years and then pick up where you left off. This was different. John and Ritchie were like part of the brotherhood of Bon Jovi. And I dare say I don't see many bands that were that close as Bon Jovi was during that 4 or 5 years of non-stop touring. Maybe you could say Def Leppard also. But other than that, every band has their personality differences and what other. Bon Jovi was kind of like, that Jersey mafia where you're just like, oh, you're all family. You're, childhood friends, your band of brothers, you're, us against the world kind of attitude. Eventually though, after the big successes of the years, John and Ritchie just had their little clash, and
they burned out though after New Jersey. Like John said, they had done so much and they're on top of the world. There's only one way to go, and that's down.
Sure.
And after the last show, 5 guys went to 5 locations.
Yeah, and look, they because they'd had enough of each other. As much as they love each other, just like family. You have your grandma and your aunt and your uncle stay with you for a year. You'll go batty eventually, and eventually you'll want everyone to go home. It's the same thing. And these guys were, like I said, 4 or 5 years on the road, nonstop, supporting 2 albums, one after the other. And then John did his solo album with Blaze of Glory, for the Young Guns party did. And that was a big thing for him. And then Ritchie had his solo.
Yeah,
Ritchie had his solo at that point. And, at that point, they just needed a break. And the music industry was also starting to reach that point of, transition into grunge about then,
Yeah, yeah. What do you think, John, about it? A lot of our 80s bands, once the 90s came in, that was it, and they've tried since to get back out there to the best they can. But John, that band kind of reinvented themselves, and they're out there now doing huge business.
Here's the thing about Bon Jovi that a lot of other bands didn't get. Bon Jovi didn't suddenly become a grunge band, even though they were like the quintessential hair band, Bon Jovi, with the leather and the fringe, John's hair and Ritchie's little, Western hat, and, they had a certain image of hair band, but like they had substance behind them to write consistent hits as a rock band. So through the 90s, they just kind of stayed the course of being like, say, like an Aerosmith level rock band, and just being consistent with what they did and just enjoying those consistent occasional hits. It's My Life, and what came afterwards? Can't Find Your Way Home, or what's the name of the album? Can Never Go Home Again, or
Who Says You Can't Go Home?
Yeah, I mean, just through the years, they've had those consistent hit off of this album, hit off of this album. And while the scene wasn't very supportive to fill stadiums and arenas again, they still had their hits. And in Europe, they did not lose popularity. In Japan, they did not lose popularity. So, those markets were still there, and they maintained consistency. Someone like Kiss and Motley Crue and a few others at that time even Metallica tried to play more toward the grunge audience. And they were like, well, you're just pretending to be grunge. You're a metal band. You're pretending to be grunge. We don't, we're not going with it. So then, Kiss smartened up, and they said, okay, let's just do what we do and, be like Bon Jovi and just kind of stay consistent, because that grunge album didn't work, And Bon Jovi did that consistently, just like Aerosmith, just continually playing along what they did and, holding on to their audience for their staying true to themselves.
That's a cool
There you
pick.
go. And again, you lost people along the way. You lost Ritchie. You lost, was it Alec John Such left?
Yeah.
Yeah, he left at one point, But I mean, basically, John basically kept it with David Bryan and Tico Torres.
Dave and John were in a band prior of Runaway. I guess it was called the Jersey Expressway or something like that.
Okay.
Is where Dave came from. Yeah.
I mean, I remember John telling stories of, Ritchie was living with his parents, and John would come over with some pizza and wake him up and say, okay, let's write. Let's write. Let's write. Let's write.
There you go, Gary.
Nice.
Very cool.
That's your girl right
cool
there.
Pick, actually.
Oriented.
That's nice, man. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I knew you'd like that one.
Yeah, she's awesome, man.
She is. She's amazing.
I've got a guitar pick in here that I got when I saw him open the Scorpion show. And let me show that. This pick right here has a story. All right. Bon Jovi's walking off stage now. Ritchie slings the guitar pick in the crowd. We're right up against the barricade. It goes over our heads 8-10 rows back. I watch it all the way back. No one notices anything. So during the intermission, once the seats cleared out some, we went back and walked in the aisles. And this is what I found.
I've had that happen to me too, where you watch something get flung into the audience, and everyone assumes someone got it, but then as the stadium clears out and the lights come up, you see it on the ground.
Yeah,
it's
you always check the floor. Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Always check the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually find something like a bottle cap and a used condom, but once in a while, I
was looking for roaches, but
just so long as the condom's not yours.
Well, if it was mine,
Dude.
I'd save it. I'd give it away as a souvenir. I sell those on eBay.
so somebody can clone John 100 years from now.
Yeah, even my parents don't want another one of me, much less the one they have.
Everybody needs a Mancuda. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
In small doses.
More Mancuda.
You like that guy on the Johnny Bean show? He comes on Les Mancuda, like Les Paul, LES. He says less Mancuda, more Blue Rhino.
Yeah. There's a few of them that got some clever names in the Johnny Bean chats now.
Yeah, there's some fun ones.
Yeah, I like the one. I don't know who it is. There's one called Mancuda's a dildo fucker.
Yeah. There's that, and he's occasionally swapped with David Crosby as a dildo fucker. Because we have a little vendetta against David Crosby.
Yeah, we do.
He's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Kind
Big
of.
time.
Meh.
Meh. Mancuda. 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 Meh. Meh. Meh.
There's one on Johnny's show. Jesus rapes me.
Yeah, Jesus rapes me is on there. Those guys are both sponsors of the show too. They're members. They're members of the show.
I
Channel
remember
channel
the
members.
Halloween show. I laughed at the end of it. You've been in character for hours.
5+ hours.
And at the end, you're reading off the channel members.
Almost.
Jesus rapes me. Allah have mercy on his soul. Man, I ain't never laughed so hard.
I get a lot of energy when I get on the air. That's one thing I love I love working. I mean, that's what I love to do. I mean, I'm an entertainer. That's what I do. So it's like I get a lot of energy. Like even after 5 hours, like everyone's like drowsy and it's 4 a.m. and I'm just like, Jesus rapes me. Allah have mercy on his soul. I'm
John's
just having
on his
fun.
Bang energy drink.
Yeah,
He's feeling pretty good.
gotta love sponsors. Bang energy.
Jacked
drink.
up on the
That
bag.
was hilarious. That was hilarious. I mean, hilarious.
Bomb energy drink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good times, man.
So John, I understand you have some things to share with us today.
I do. I have brought on. Should we split them up into one now, one later?
Yeah, well,
I don't know how
We're
long you want to run the show
so.
today. I don't know how long you want to run the show.
Later, yes, good.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. So we'll start off. I have two Bon Jovi guitars. One is John's and one is Ritchie's. Let's start with the John one. This was one. Well, let's see. I have a photo. Let's see if I put out a photo of it, just so you could see him with it. Here's John playing the guitar. My wonderful lights. There we go.
Right there.
Right there. Perfect.
Okay,
Perfect.
there you are. All right, so that's John playing the guitar. This is his Jersey Girls guitar. Basically, it's the the boardwalk over in New Jersey with a girl bent over on. It's a Kramer Beretta, which at the time John and Ritchie were both endorsed by Kramer. And let's see, I have another one. Let's see. No, that's part of the same interview. Let's see what else. I think I have another photo of John with it in here. Here we go. Bon Jovi, Motley Crue. Bear with me here.
I'm going to take a second to say, hey, Blackjack. Hey, Tommy. What's up, Clive? How you doing, bro? Hey, who else did I miss? Somebody else. Shit. Laz, what's up, bro?
Tom Jr. might be watching.
He might be. Hello, Tom Jr.
Tom Jr.'s catching these shows.
How come Tom isn't on the show?
Here we go.
I don't think he's home.
Yeah, he's at his parents' place.
He's there on the chat.
He's at the mall or someplace.
Here we go. Here's another one with John with that guitar. Can you catch that?
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So there's another one. So John used this as a regular tour guitar, and here it is. This is right there, the Jersey Girls guitar. Now, if you look at the graph,
guitar.
That's the guitar.
Nice.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and again,
Very nice.
John has a very big loyalty to New Jersey, just like I do to New York, where I come from, and the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. A lot of us, have a lot of pride coming from there, and there you go. It's see if we can get a little closer, see it a little better. There you go.
Does that sign say daily bathing?
Yes.
What? Why?
Well, because you could do some bikini bathing and whatnot, and
Is it like a truck stop sign?
It's City of Asbury Park daily bathing tickets.
Well, that explains it.
Tickets,
Asbury
so you
Park, that
could
explains it.
Yeah, so you could go over there and wear your best bikini and cruise around and hang out. So this is John's. One of the things about, and you can see John used it a lot because he's got some a lot of stage wear on there.
Buckle rash and whatnot. Oh, not bad though.
It's kind of hard to see, damn it.
R2 R3 locking now.
A lot of scratches along there.
For a touring guitar, man, it's not that beat up.
No, it's not beat up, but you see there's a lot of scratches on the back from, John wore buckles and stuff. And again, Kramer Beretta. This is like about a 1987 Beretta, 86 to 87. So this is like right in the heart of during the Slippery When Wet tour and New Jersey tours. Both of the guitars I have are used during that period of that peak that they're all playing. And again, John played guitar, not quite as much as Ritchie, but a lot. And he usually used either this one or he had two pink Kramers. One said one was a Jackson, actually. It said "Life is a Beach" on it. It was written on it. And then a pink Kramer also that was just plain no graphic. But this one I like because it has a graphic. And one thing about John is that John liked a raw maple neck. And when I say a raw maple neck, I don't mean like a raw oiled neck, but just a raw maple neck. And this is basically not really oiled. It is his sweat and stuff that really oiled the neck. Because he didn't use like a regular, like an F1 oil or something.
Right.
Let
me see the fretboard closer, John.
Yeah.
I just want to see where it's dirty and where it's not. It's
There
pretty
you
much dirty everywhere.
Yeah,
So he
and
used
again,
the whole
when you have a raw maple neck, you will get a lot of finger grit. You know, which
Right.
again makes it play better. You know, the more you play a maple neck, the more broken it gets, the smoother it is. You know,
the thing I
But
was looking at is it's dirty all the way up to the 12th fret, so he wasn't just playing cowboy chords on it. You know what I mean? He was playing it.
It's
You know?
yeah.
He was
If
playing
you look at, let me separate the strings there a little bit. Damn lighting. Sorry about the lighting.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I mean, you could tell he played it. He played it like all.
I mean,
It's
there's
just
like
so
a good
weird,
amount of
yeah.
dirt between the strings.
Yeah,
You
at
can
least
kind of see it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see
he used
that
at least
better?
12 frets. You know what I mean? That's,
Yeah. Oh
that's
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah. For sure. And
He wasn't just banging out cowboy chords. You know?
No, and he was mostly there, but he was also actually pretty much a lot up to the 15th fret, really. You know, so he I mean,
That's
John
cool
knows
to
how
know.
to play. John knows how to play for sure. But this was one of his main guitars during those 2 albums. Was this one? You know, for the Jersey
awesome, man.
tour. Yeah.
I'd love to get my mitts on that thing.
Yeah.
Nice,
Well,
John.
come out and you can play it, man. So there you go. And you know, again, I have like, you know, when I got it, it came with a lot of stuff. It came with, Bon Jovi on SNL, which he played this on. You know, okay,
Cool.
all on
Mr. B.
VHS,
Hello.
right? On VHS. You know, and some autograph stuff and stuff like that. And you know, so that's that.
Nice, John.
Yeah, 2R3. Just to be
Very
here.
nice.
Yeah, dude, that's badass.
Yeah. And again, I
And it's
love
not pink.
I love when I have photos of him like playing all this stuff out of magazines and, you know, videos and stuff. I mean, it just makes it more fun for me, you know?
It gives you credibility
Oh, sure.
too. You know, that's cool, man.
Well, it's Providence. It's, you know, it's nice to
Yeah, it's
have
like
that stuff.
Yeah, documented. That's cool.
Yeah. So I love that stuff. So that's one of 2. And a little later in the show, I'll show off Ritchie's guitar.
Nice.
Cool.
Hashtag
Trivia time,
nice.
Tony?
I'm a little confused. I'm sorry, guys. John, did you make that guitar? Did you?
I'm sorry,
build
did
the
I what?
guitar? Did you build that guitar? Well, I
No,
thought,
why would
Tony,
you-
I thought you said you, because I thought Tony, you said we're gonna have a guy on, John Mancuda, who built guitars for Bon Jovi. Did I obviously misheard you?
No. That's,
I think
what
he,
did you
that's
say,
like-
Tony?
he said probably
George
bought guitars.
no.
for
Yeah,
Bon
George
Jovi.
Felice.
Bought.
George Felice would build guitars for Bon Jovi. George Felice
was-
So
over at
Tony, you
Craig-
said that John Mancuda, who bought guitars, is that what you said?
I don't know what I said. I don't think I said bought or build.
Oh.
Well,
But that is
my
Bon Jovi's
question
guitar.
is, does anybody in the audience know why John is on? I mean, I thought you were on because you would build guitars for Bon Jovi. You never even introduced John.
That
And do the
guitar.
people in the audience know why John is here? I mean, not
For-
that he doesn't belong here. But
Well, I
he's here.
appreciate
Why is he
I
here?
appreciate the that's like me asking, why are you playing guitar right now? Were you a member of Bon Jovi? You know, it's like, you know.
No, man, it's not that at all. I've been on the show 22 times previously. I'm saying I don't think the audience knows. In other words, Tony always introduces, we have this guy on because he was the road manager for, but
Well,
You
I
never
base
said-
it.
you never-
What it is, Steve, is my name is John, spelled the same way as John Bon Jovi spells it. So Tony felt that was significant enough to invite me on as a guest. See,
I guess so.
so
And
there
Steve,
you go.
anybody
That's the
that
only
has
reason
John-
you're here,
But
then.
yeah, no, the great George Felice built these guitars, and
That guitar, Steve, John Bon Jovi actually owned. That's the same guitar that you see
That's
in
the
the
guitar.
no, he knows, he
I-
does.
I-
And
I-
George
I-
Klein, by the way, did the graphic on this one. The great George Klein did the graphic on that. Not me.
Gotcha. So, John, you're on because you are a Bon Jovi aficionado, and you happen
well-
to own 2 Bon Jovi guitars. Is that
Well,
I'm asking,
that plus
I don't know.
that plus I have a very popular YouTube show on every week about heavy metal. So, you know, I'm kind of
Okay.
the go-to guy for like glam metal and stuff like that. But
John,
Okay.
John, can
Okay,
I step
Tony,
in for a
I just think
minute?
you should have introduced John. I mean, unless
He
I
did.
missed it.
well, the audience
I
knows.
thought I
The
did.
audience-
I
the
thought I
audience knows.
did.
You didn't miss.
Can I interject for a moment?
Who the fuck
Just to
are you?
clap-
And what are you
Yeah.
doing
Hey,
here?
what
Yeah,
the fuck are you
am I? I don't
doing
do
here,
anything.
man?
I
So
don't do
you're
anything.
just some
I get
guy who
McMahon.
stole John's guitar? You just stole
I
Bon
just laugh
Jovi
at shit.
guitar?
All right, so Steve,
I'm gonna drink to
John,
that.
Yeah.
I'm
John,
gonna leave. I'm gonna go.
this guy owns a shit ton of celebrity guitars, like their guitars.
Oh,
Owns what? I'm sorry, say it again.
He owns a shitload of celebrity-owned guitars
Oh, okay.
from
Okay.
from just about like every genre.
Okay, for
He's
the
a huge.
I'll give a basic
Did-
intro.
did- okay,
Hi
did I
everybody.
miss
For
Tony
those
saying that.
No. For those that don't
Tony-
know me, that may be tuning in, hi, I'm John Mancuda. I'm a TV and film actor. I was on Lost, Hollywood Treasure, Veep, and a bunch of others. But currently, my main passion project is for the last 2 years, I've been the host of Talking Guitars and 80s Metal Live on YouTube, which is a weekly show about heavy metal bands and blah, blah, blah. And obviously, I have a large collection of over 300 guitars from the 80s, including many celebrity guitars, such as the Bon Jovi and Ritchie Sambora guitar I brought on today. And today, I'm a guest on Fruitcake Tony's show. There you go.
And to answer
Was
your
that
second
so
question,
tough?
Steve, why anybody has John on their show, we're still questioning that because we have no fucking idea.
Yeah,
We
I have no
love
idea. I have no idea either. I don't
because
get
we
paid.
But he's a
fucking
very-
love him. That's why.
He's a
Yeah,
he's a
because-
very funny
because
fucking guy.
I'm sponsored by Bang
We all love
Energy
him to
Drink.
death.
So
He's
We
one
love
of
John.
us.
We love John to death. John, explain
Yes.
that guitar over your shoulder. please.
Me love him long time.
that's just me love you a long time. That is that's a 1988 BC Rich Gunslinger. I usually put it up there just so I have a guitar on display during shows.
Is that anybody's or just a random?
No,
guitar?
it was from a band called Penny Lane, but they're a very, very D-level 80s band. I just happen to buy it because I love obviously my signature color pink. And
looks cool.
yeah, and I love gunslingers. I have about 70 of them, and that that just happens to read well on screen. So
Yeah,
there
it
you
looks
go.
great.
There you go.
All right, Steve. So now you
That
know
has
about
nothing.
John.
That has nothing to do with John Bon Jovi, Steve. But it's a nice.
No?
It's a cool
I thought
guitar.
that was his guitar.
No. That's mine. But
That's a Mancuda guitar.
there you go.
So what's up the giveaway, Tony?
Yeah,
What are we
thank you.
giving away, man?
Thank you. Excuse me, guys. Thank you, Han. I
Oh,
wasn't being rude. I was just trying to clarify.
I didn't say you were being rude.
Yeah, there was
Nobody said you
yeah,
were
yeah, there's some
rude.
attitude here. There's some attitude, which I didn't particularly
No.
appreciate. So
I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to sign off here. Okay.
Oh no, man.
Oh, dude.
What's up with that?
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't think anybody was being rude.
I
don't
wasn't
either.
trying. I wasn't trying to be rude to him.
And you weren't.
No, nobody was.
Come on, Steve.
We're all friends here,
We
just talking
can
about Bon
all-
Jovi.
We can all take a joke, man. Jeez.
We were just trying to
Anyway,
give the lowdown. We were just trying to give the lowdown on John.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
He'll be all right.
Oh well.
Moving on.
Moving
on.
right along. Wow.
That's
Okay.
So
Yeah.
anyway, back to Bon Jovi.
Bon
Trivia.
Jovi.
We
You
got
know,
trivia
one
coming up.
one of the things you have to remember also about Bon Jovi was, John was also the headliner at the Moscow Music Peace Festival,
Yeah.
which was a lot of a lot of prestige at the time. It was a very big deal, with MTV, putting together this, during a time of tension between the United States and Russia, putting together this celebration of peace. While I believe, Ronald Reagan and Gorbachev were like trying to put together nuclear things and, bring down the wall, the Berlin Wall and things like that. And here's MTV putting together this effort of, music across the world of peace. And, it's basically, Gorky Park was the band representing Russia.
Right.
And you had, of course, Ozzy Osbourne, Motley Crue,
Scorpions,
the Scorpions, and Bon
Skid
Jovi.
Row.
Bon Jovi and Skid Row, and Cinderella. And Cinderella as well. Did I miss anyone in that?
There's more who were leaving out here.
There probably are a few others. But it was a very big deal. It was a 2-day event, a big worldwide concert, and Bon Jovi was the headliner of that because they were at the top of the world at that time. And I remember Motley Crue was putting up a bit of a battle with that.
They played there too.
But they were putting up a little bit of a stink because they just kind of had the same management, but Bon Jovi was like, the management darling. So they got more of a top billing. I think Motley Crue was like a little offended at that, something to that effect.
Maybe they felt so, but I mean, they were at the time managed by the same guy, Doc McGee. So they,
and so that was a big deal also. And when Bon Jovi showed up, going into the Russian audience with that Russian, soldier outfit and the hat, that was that was a very iconic image of the 80s.
Yeah, it was.
Because that was a very symbolic concert going on.
Made a statement for sure.
You all right?
John comes marching in, and he's got the military coat, the long Russian coat, and the hat, and he's walking in the back all the way up, and he drops the coat, chunks the cap in the crowd, hops on the stage. That was cool.
And just blows them away. Yeah. And you know what? It's sad because I really wanted John's set to be longer on that show. I think it should have been, as the headliner, but they only gave so much time per band.
Right. Well, in their set, they had all the bands come up and they did a big all-star jam.
Which was great.
Yeah. We went and saw them, John, on the New Jersey tour. Weird story. They're due to play here in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, indoors in the UNC basketball arena. Big, it's New Jersey tour. Skid Row's opening up. It snowed here 8 or 9 inches that night. They postponed the show till 1 o'clock in the afternoon the next day.
Oh, wow.
So we saw that tour at lunchtime.
Nice.
It was strange.
Blackjack Guitar Nut is in the chat saying John has the sickle and hammer guitar. No, the sickle and hammer guitar was the guitar. It was like a Baylesque style Kramer guitar. That was the signature guitar of Gorky Park, of the band Gorky Park, the Russian band that played. So that's who that was.
Hey, Ricky.
What up, dude?
Hey, Ricky.
How's the new tractor?
Ricky Starr's in the house.
Ricky was the young boy.
Ricky was a young
boy. They're singing a song for you. Ricky was a young boy.
I'm not singing, if you notice.
Skid Row. Skid Row.
I know the song, but I'm not singing.
Huh? He shot his best friend.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I still love you. I don't hold it against you.
Doesn't hold it against you.
No worry, Blackjack Guitar. Not ask questions. That's what that's what we're
Hey,
here for, is
sir.
to answer questions.
What up, Hack? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming by.
All right.
Missed the trivia yet.
Mitch Heyman is asking, do you know what famous singer John Bon Jovi is related to? I know this one. He is related to someone big.
I
Ethel
don't
Merman.
know who that
No.
is.
Oh hell. I knew
Martha
this
Ray.
at one point. All right, go
Martha
ahead. Go ahead.
Ray.
Martha
Good
Ray.
one.
I don't know.
Take it from a big mouth.
That's as good as Ethel Merman.
That's as good as Ethel
It's
Merman.
show business, like show business.
John,
That's
you know the deal how Skid Row Baz met John's
Paul Anka?
parents
Paul
at
Anka.
a wedding. And
Frank Sinatra.
Sinatra.
John's mom and dad said,
It's
yeah,
not
John's
Jesus.
got a bud named Dave Snake Sabo.
Correct.
I think they're looking at
Pardon me.
a guy, maybe.
You mute the mic when you
Yeah.
feel the need to do that.
John
Sorry.
was very
Slipped
good
out.
at friendships, and Snake Sabo and John were buddies, and he basically brought him on to I think support them at one point, if I remember, right? Did he
Not
bring them
sure.
on a tour, if I remember?
Skid Row opened the
Jersey?
89
There you
New
go.
Jersey tour.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right out of the chute. Yeah.
Was it
Baz.
Frank? Was it Frank Sinatra that John was
Ice
related
Cream
to? I
Man.
didn't think it was Sinatra.
2 streets
Well,
over.
the ice cream man is coming.
2 streets over.
Well, he better wipe it up.
I'm your ice cream man. Pass
Stop
me
me
when
when
I'm
passing
stopping
by.
by. No, pass me when I'm stopping by.
I like Baz.
The other
Baz
way.
Baz was in the band Madam X with Roxy Petrucci.
He was in another band too.
Righteous drummer.
Geez, what was the name of it? Not Madam X. There was another band he was in. Something Child or something.
I hear
or-
Wieners. Is that
Not
Wieners?
my wiener.
That might have been Teddy. Teddy's
Maybe he is related to Frank Sinatra. I know it's true that John was related to a big time singer. I didn't remember it being Sinatra, but it's possible. I mean, it's the right area. But I remember, what was Vicious Child or something? There was some band that Sebastian was part of. Not Madam X, but another one.
I don't know.
What? Anyone in the chat remember?
Was it a chick band?
No, it was a glam band. I'm gonna.
No, it wasn't
Google
a chick,
real
but it
quick.
wasn't a chick band.
I don't
Hey,
think
Ricky.
He was in another band. I
What
can't
other
remember.
glam band was Sebastian Bach in? Do you know?
it was something Child or something or.
Bastard child.
No, it's
That's
on
me.
the tip of my tongue.
That's me.
Well,
I'm
Oh, you're
googling
you're
it right
ille-
now.
you're illegitimate
I'm
child.
giving up. I'm giving up. I'm gonna look. Let's
Google it.
see.
Google that shit.
Yeah, Kid Wicked. That was
Kid-
it. Kid
Kid
Wicked.
Wicked.
From 83 to
Kid
85. I knew it was
Wicked,
something
that's it.
Child or
asked
Kid.
you.
What other band
Wicked.
was Skid Row? in
Never
the glam
even
band?
heard of that
It's
band.
Kid Wicked.
Yeah, I did. Because again, I'm from,
I thought
I'm
you might
from
have.
the East Coast originally, so, and he's from Canada, you
Right.
know.
Right.
But when they brought him in, I mean, he was such a great front man.
Love them in Trailer Park Boys.
Jay's in the house.
Nice.
Jay is in the house.
Let's buy some ice cream. Gary, you paid off your debt yet, dude?
I'm gonna pick her up now.
It's really rough when the ice cream man, is like your guy. He's like, hey, plus the vig, Gary.
He's my guy. He's my guy.
Ask him.
Don't make me ask you, Gary.
I got a guy.
That's right.
Ask Jay what Bon Jovi song he likes the best.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to give him the headphones while I go inside and get his money. And you can ask him.
You better have my money,
bro.
You hear me?
Hey, these guys want to ask you a question while I go inside and get your money for you.
You better have money.
There you go.
Have a seat. All right. You can be me.
Sounds good.
There you go.
The wire goes on the right side.
Yep.
All right. So,
how are you, man?
Good.
Hey, Jay.
Sandra,
Hey,
John.
Jay. So I got
What's going on?
So here's a question for you. How much money does Gary actually owe you? And do you usually go ahead? How much?
Oh, 16.
$16. I mean, is that with the
Or is
bid?
it, or is it 1600? Let's be clear.
No.
How addicted is he?
No, he's not. I wouldn't say addicted. He passed it up last week when I offered it to him.
Oh,
Is that with the VIG? $16 plus with the VIG, or
I should charge him interest, but I'm not.
all right? So you're a good guy. Okay, that's why I'm wondering.
Him out.
I know Gary's like, oh man, I'm in debt to someone. It's like, really? Yeah, the ice cream man, he's sending some guys after me. It's like, hey man, listen, I want to help you, but I don't want to.
That's too funny. No, he's a good guy.
Oh, he's a
Not
great
worried
guy.
about it.
He's a great guy.
Are you
You can
talking
trust
shit
him.
about me?
Mhm.
You can trust
keep
it.
the
No,
Oh, thank you.
Keep the change, Jay. Keep
nice,
the change, dude.
nice.
Jay rocks.
Yes.
You want
All
something
right.
to drink? You want a Mountain Dew? Or
I'm
beer?
okay. I
Well,
got
hey,
stuff in the
Jay.
truck.
Jay,
Yeah.
before you go, what is your favorite Bon Jovi song?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't pick one. I don't know.
Do you like Bon Jovi?
Not really. Not
No.
big. Not big on him.
What are your favorite 80s bands?
Jesus, 80s. I don't really listen to 80s music all that much.
Oh,
I grew
man.
up in the 80s, but I just don't listen to it that much.
Do you like hard rock or any metal bands?
Oh
or-
yeah, I love metal.
Like who do you like?
I've seen Slipknot probably 7 or 8 times in
Oh, wow.
concert.
Nice.
Seen Guar, Disturbed,
Guar's
Korn. I've been to a bunch of
I've
concerts.
seen Korn. Great show.
Incubus.
Okay.
Went on what the hell was the name of that tour called? Had Rammstein, Korn, Limp Bizkit, Orgy.
You seen Rammstein live?
Yeah, Rammstein is
Oh, that must-
crazy. Yeah, they have giant dildos that they spray stuff out of on stage.
Nice. And that's what I look
Yeah,
for in a
lots of
show. Is
fire.
that I particularly go for the giant dildo merch.
Exactly.
Possible.
If you're gonna buy
There's a
something, buy
person in
that.
the chat actually telling Gary to do your route and just have you take over.
I like that idea. See who makes more money.
Stay on the show, and I'll finish making the rounds
That's
on
what
the
they
ice
just
cream
said.
truck.
You're gonna have you finish my route and have me on here.
Unfortunately,
All
it's
right,
not,
Gary,
it's
hurry
not our
back.
show.
Stop and get gas for
Will do. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you
Thank
Thanks
next
a lot,
week.
Jay. Thank
Jay
you.
the ice cream man.
There we go.
There you go. Now you're a fucking YouTube star.
What a way to
Jay,
put
thanks.
someone on the
Thanks,
spot, eh?
Sorry it took so long.
Not worried about it.
Gary should do more man of the
Who
street,
carries cash
people of
anymore?
the street kind of thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, you don't have a choice.
All right, man. Take care. I'll see you next time.
All right, bro. Take care, man.
There you go.
Bye, Jay. Bye.
Isn't Jay awesome?
Getting the ice
Jay
cream
is awesome.
today?
I still got one left.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
I have
He
a-
just
I have a
came
stock
for his money. What you owe him is what he came for. He knows where you live.
Hey, Gary.
He's got the little neighborhood kids jacking me up every day. Hey, you got Jay's money or what?
Yeah, well, that's illegal unless they're 18. So you
Go
better
get your-
watch that.
Go get your fucking shine box and give Jay his fucking money, will you?
Go get your shine box. I love that. You motherfucker! Such a great line. Oh,
Go
I
get your shine box, you little mutt.
I could watch that movie for 1,000 times.
Me
Goodfellas.
too.
Yeah.
All those. I love those.
But anyway, Jay, everybody.
Jay the ice cream man.
Jay the
Very
ice
good.
cream man.
All right.
Let's give away a guitar pick,
Let's
guys.
give away a pick.
Let's do that.
Let's give away a Ritchie Sambora pick.
Nice.
Right
Nice.
there, Lost Highway.
Very
And that's
cool.
a pretty pick too. That's a good
Ritchie.
looking
It
pick.
is.
Yeah,
It's
it's
really
got
cool
the
design.
nice
That would make
the
a good
nice
tattoo.
Bon Jovi logo to it. This is a Bon Jovi question. Bon Jovi fans, get your thinking caps on.
Hold on, Leslie Beavan just came in from the UK. Am I correct in remembering Leslie as the winner of the last time I was on when we were talking docking, or what were we talking?
She's supposed to
when I
be
was
making you
last on?
fish and chips, dude.
Where's Leslie?
That's right. Yeah.
Leslie emailed me and she got her guitar pick already. It was a week and a half and she got it.
Fast.
What was Satchel? Right, Steel Panther. Thank you, Leslie.
Yeah,
Yep.
Leslie, nice to see you. Thanks for being here.
And she came in just in time for trivia again.
So she's gonna know this.
She's
I have a feeling she's gonna.
She's coming in, cracking her knuckles, ready for trivia action. Right?
Yes, she is.
This is a Bon Jovi question. This is definitely a Bon Jovi question. If you like Bon Jovi, this is the question. All right, so here we go. Everybody,
sorry, Ben Tom. Sorry, Ben Tom.
Oh, we're all playing our bands now.
All right, here we go. Trivia question for the guitar pick. Tony, what do you got?
Okay, besides the 1986 hit Living on a Prayer, what other Bon Jovi songs do the characters Tommy and Gina appear in? Tommy used to work on the dock. Gina dreams of running away. What other Bon Jovi song do these two names appear in as a story?
I didn't know this.
Right.
My mother used to suck on the cock.
Oh.
Union's been on strike, but she's down to fuck for money.
Hey Tom, you better mute it now.
Yeah, Tom's got all the kids sitting around like, wow.
What other Bon Jovi song do
we don't
John
advertise
sing
as
about
family
Tommy and
friendly
Gina?
either, so you know.
Yeah, we
He's
didn't say it
wearing
was a
pink. He's harmless. He's wearing pink.
Mr. B says it's my life. Is that the right answer?
I think he could be the winner.
Halface says have a nice day. Leslie is humming.
I think Mr. B got it.
Mr. B is our winner.
There you go. And following up, Blackjack Guitar Nut with the set, also with the right answer. Just a little behind though. Mr. B wins.
Yeah,
Mr.
B.
Now, Tony, in the song, do they actually mention Gina and what's his fuck?
Yeah.
Tommy
All
and
right.
Gina.
So, It's My Life from the 2000 album Crush, verse 2, line 2. This is for the ones who stood their ground. Tommy and Gina never back down.
Look at you with the backup. You even got the freaking. You knew that question was coming.
Tomorrow's getting harder, make no mistake. Luck ain't even luck, you gotta make your own breaks.
Wow.
There you go.
It's
All
my
right,
life.
It's now or never.
So, Mr. B.
I don't know the song.
I can't do the higher register. Sorry.
Mr. B, there
Sandra,
is
quick, go on
email
YouTube.
address.
I guess, yeah.
Mr. B, congratulations, bro.
Mr. B, there's an email address down. Email me your name and address, and I will mail you this Ritchie Sambora pick out Monday morning. Thank you for being here, and thank everybody for being here.
Mr. B, where are you located, by the way? Where are you transmitting from?
Yeah, where are you from, Mr. B?
We got to know what extra stamps on the envelope.
Yeah, because if he's in the International Space Station, you're gonna have a real hard time.
It might take a while. Pennsylvania.
All right.
PA, Pennsylvania.
He probably lives near Mitch.
There you go. Very cool. Well, Mr. B has a very cool Ritchie Sambora touring guitar pick coming to him. Congratulations, man.
That is a cool pick.
Yeah.
Way to go, bro. Nice job.
Way to go, dude.
I
Nice.
didn't know the friggin' answer until Tony told me. So
Congratulations.
Yeah.
nice job.
And
Well
for
done,
those
sir.
just
He says
joining
blue-
us,
Mr. B says Blue Rhino rocks.
there. Thank you, Mr. B. There you go.
Yeah.
There's my buddy.
And
My
John,
best
your
friend.
lighting is much better now, by the way.
I don't know why. Well, probably because it's getting darker, I
Yeah,
guess.
the
I don't
sun's
know.
going down, and
Yeah. I had a little lighting problem. I always have some problems. Usually Viagra takes care of that, but today the lighting was the issue. But
Looking good,
My
Johnny boy.
lighting gets worse when it gets dark.
for those that just joined us, by the way, I showed a John Bon Jovi guitar earlier. In a little while, I will show one of Ritchie Sambora's guitars from the Slippery When Wet and New Jersey tours.
nice.
So that's coming up. Just stay tuned. Just letting you know what's happening for those that just joined us.
17 watching, 15 thumbs, by the way.
Nice. Who didn't?
You guys
Who
are
didn't?
awesome.
Who didn't leave a thumb?
Yeah, who are the two
I see-
holdouts? Come
I
on.
see 19 watching.
Hmm.
I could be wrong.
Who are the holdouts?
Stingy
Anyway.
motherfuckers. I'd say.
Leslie, I'm
Well,
surprised.
we got
you
17.
didn't-
17 right now.
I'm
Stingy with the
surprised
lights.
you didn't get that question.
Well, she was thinking. She said, So she was thinking. It was a delayed reaction. It took me a little while. Mr. B wants to know, am I giving away the Sambora's guitar to go with it? I'm not giving away the guitar. I'm not giving away the
No.
guitar, but if you're ever in Hollywood, California, please come up and take a photo with it.
let me
Take a
let me
photo with it.
I don't know what
Let me-
else to say. You can play it. I mean,
Right.
you can play it. I mean,
What else
John,
can I say?
let me
maybe I'll break off the headstock here. Here, you can have part of
There
it.
you go.
I'm a good sharer. You know?
Photo op with the Sambora guitar.
let me give everybody a little sneak peek of this guitar.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
And that's what, an 89, John?
Looks like a Kramer to me.
I think it's actually an 87 because
87.
because he also I think played it on I believe he also played it on part of the Slippery When Wet tour.
Yeah,
Because he had it on both tours. I think they both had both of those guitars on both tours.
right.
So I believe it's 87. But yeah, I mean
Good
they've
guitar.
seen both guitars have seen a lot of action. A lot of-
Wiener.
oh, look at
Barky.
this!
You
Barky.
got a wiener in the house.
Hey, little buddy. Oh, how cute.
Wieners roll.
It's the highlight of my day.
Depends on how you look at it.
Hey, welcome, Rick Hafner.
Aw. You got kisses.
Nice. So cute.
Yuck.
Bon Doggy.
Hey, Rick.
Nice. Yeah, you know, John Bon Jovi, you know, one of the things I've always admired about him, he's married to his high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
You know, so through all these tours and
That's
all these
admirable.
girls coming at you and all these opportunities to sleep with everybody, you know, John basically had a girlfriend at the time. And he you know, he loved her and they had that true, you know, real old school romance. And you got to give credit to that. You know,
Yeah.
because you rarely see that these days. And they're still married today.
Okay,
Yeah.
picture this conversation back in 1982 between John Bon Jovi and his wife. All right, honey, they're breaking it. They're breaking. They're touring. They're like top of the charts, and he's going on a world tour. And him and his wife is sitting on the couch watching like fucking Quincy. And she looks at him and says, "So when you're on tour, what's going to happen with the chicks?" What do you think John said? Like,
Chicks? What chicks?
I don't know.
I
Do you think if you were that woman in that position, would you expect him to not be faithful a few times?
I mean,
Or
I
would you expect him to be totally faithful?
would imagine, and again, they weren't married back then. They were, you know, again, realize John
But-
was 19.
Right,
You
but
know,
still.
so it was
but
like-
still.
I would imagine that, at that time, that's his girlfriend, but I don't know did they have an arrangement of, hey, we could see other people, but we really like each other. I don't know. I don't think any of us will really ever know unless he put it in a book or something, which I didn't
it
read.
goes for like any rock star, not just him. I mean, any rock star.
Yeah.
When you're ready to go on tour, does your old lady think that you're not going to fuck around?
It's
Or
not
do they know that
easy
you're
for
gonna
anyone, I'm
be
sure.
smart?
It depends
can't
on.
be easy.
It depends on, A, the character of the person, B, what you and your girlfriend or wife at the time have an understanding of. Because, understand, realistically, some people are swingers. Some people are like, hey, we can wife swap. Some people like, I'm polyamorous. I can sleep with other people and we have our relationship. Some people are deathly loyal. Like, I know myself, I'm very, very loyal to any commitment I make. So as tempting or whatever as that is, I personally would never break that if I was in a committed relationship. But if I was dating someone with the commitment of, hey, we could see other people, then, anything goes.
Right.
So you don't know what really John and his girl at the time had arranged.
I'm just posing the question.
No, it's a great question. It's a really
I have no preconceived notions of anything. I just, I'm just wondering.
And then
what
there
that
was
conversation would
Ricky
be
Rocket and his wife.
Oh, what a mess that was. For those in the audience that don't know,
oh Lord,
Ricky Rocket of Poison, the drummer of Poison, had his wife, and when CeCe DeVille and Poison separated, they replaced him with Ritchie Kotzen. Ritchie Kotzen, going on tour, slept with Ricky Rocket's wife behind his back, and obviously found out. He found out, and they basically threw him off the bus, and that was the end of Ritchie's time in Poison.
Chunked his bags out the door.
Yeah, just right off the bus. It was like, from what I heard, it was a very, very unceremonious fuck you scene,
But probably a good move for Ritchie, though.
Tico Torres.
I don't know if that was a good move for Ritchie. That you're in a popular band at the time, and for a piece of ass, you screw with your career.
Yeah, but he was better than Poison.
I like CeCe with Poison, so nothing against Ritchie as a player.
I just like Ritchie Kotzen a lot, man. I like Ritchie. Not his character so much now that I know that, but I like his guitar playing better than CeCe.
1988 here in 1990.
Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that?
Hey, Brian,
hey, Brian.
I acquired it. I don't know how long ago now, but this is
Ritchie needed them. He's way more musical than the others.
He's a head guy now, the Black Sticks, and he has been for a number of years. So
Leslie Bevan says, I'd like to think these rock stars would be faithful regardless of having women throwing themselves at them.
And again, Leslie, like I said, I agree with you. If you have a committed relationship,
right?
And I'm very, very specific about this. Commitment to me includes if you're committed to a girlfriend. You don't have to be married. A commitment is a commitment. You would hope that who you make that commitment with, girlfriend, wife, whatever, you stick with your promise.
You're just gonna stay committed.
If not, you be honest about it. You say, look, maybe we should see other people, or maybe during this period, or whatever, it's not worth it. But if you're with someone that you feel is worth making a commitment, hopefully you hold to it. And again, we're not saying John had a commitment or didn't have an agreement, or we don't know. We're speculating. We're guessing.
No, I'm not pigeonholing anybody.
No,
totally. I'm just saying that that conversation has to come up between a guy and his significant other before he goes on a world tour. I
don't know how he would have answered it. I really don't.
That question has to come up.
They already know amongst themselves, and I'm sure that there's those rock star wives who already know that they're going to let their guy off the leash, so to speak, however it goes, it's between them two, and it's already. Hopefully, already understanding.
Can I say something? Being the wife of a former rock star is that when there's a lot of places we will go to still in public where I expect the women to be, and I expect the men to be too, because Ricky is a hell of an artist and he had a big name here. So I expect it. Do I expect him to sleep with them people? No. Will he?
Well,
No.
well, I mean, on a local level, it's different. I mean, like me, I was never like a touring musician, like worldwide touring.
Well, they were,
I mean, we did
big. They were big overseas, Gary.
I
It's
mean,
not
we did
just
some like stuff in the
locally.
States and stuff, but I don't know.
Is known around the world.
No, look, I've you know.
No, I expect the women. I expect people to want to be around him, but I don't expect him to go off and fucking him.
No, look,
And I know he wouldn't.
I've said this before on other shows and other interviews. You know, I was in an 8-year committed relationship with my girlfriend, and you know, during that 8 years, I was committed. So I mean, I'm very, very devoted to meeting fans or giving them my time or whatever I can give them to make them happy. And you know, when it comes to that type of thing, I've gotten a lot of offers and opportunities and you know whatever to be with other women, but I didn't, because again, I'm very devoted to when I'm in a committed relationship. Right now, I'm not. You know, I'm not with anyone at this point out of choice, because I'm, you know, still really raw from the ending of that committed relationship, but that's a choice. I now have that freedom to, but right. I just, you know, a commitment's a commitment to me anyway. So, you know, again, you know, you can flirt with fans, you can, you know, take cute photos with them or whatever, or you know, if someone, you know, depending on, you know, your behavior, you know, I've signed body parts and things like that, you know, but still platonically, it's just an autograph. You know, I'm not sitting there like motorboating some girl's boobs, you know, but if she says, hey, can you sign my boob? Yeah, no way. You know, I'm not sitting there playing with them. I'm you know, I'm signing your boob and moving on, you know. But that's, you know, that's just the thing, you know, it depends on the couple and their agreements and whatever. But if you're committed, you should hopefully, crossing fingers, you know, stay committed to who you love, you know.
It was just a hypothetical question.
It's a good question, Gary. You don't have, you keep apologizing for what's a good question. You know, don't apologize for it. It's because
you know those conversations happen with every fucking.
They have to happen. They have to happen. You know, they have to happen.
You can picture the old lady saying, so are you going to be a good boy this tour? I'll try. Sorry,
John and his wife, they have been together many, many years. I think they're way past all that.
Oh yeah, at this point for sure.
You know,
for sure.
I was talking about like the first tour, the first big tour.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, back then they were on and off again. You know,
as far as dating or
dating.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
He was wanting to go out and play, and they were both young and they were apart a lot of the times and not a couple. And then they got back together early on. And they made it work, you know. So yeah, a lot of years later.
But here they are now, and they're stronger than ever. They're a beautiful couple. I love that they have such a strong relationship. You know, I'm a romantic like that. I love that.
It's rare, especially in the music business.
It's very rare.
Totally
rare. Anywhere in the entertainment business, it's very rare.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't care if you're a stand-up comedian or an actor or a musician. It doesn't matter.
I've witnessed way too much in the world of cheating of coworkers and people I've been on projects with, and you know,
and
things like that. I all over wives. Yeah. I've had people that I've worked with, wives approach me. I mean, think about that. I mean, that's like a slap in the face, and in so many ways, it's like, you know, It's just not. I don't know, it's not right. But whatever, you know. Anyway, merch wise, I just Tony's showing off a few of his things. I'll show off a few of mine. I have a Young Guns soundtrack. Some of these came with John's guitar. The person that had to pass these on to me as well. So I have the soundtrack cassette for Young Guns.
Oh wow, the
Damn lighting.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, remember these back in the day?
Yeah.
And
Is that
some of
those
them I
plastic
was door to
cassette
door.
things?
and that's signed by John. Happy holidays, John.
Oh,
Whoop.
nice.
There it is. Happy holidays, John Bon Jovi.
Nice.
So that's a fun one. And then I have over here, I already showed this. I'll
Thanks,
show it
Tommy.
again real quick. This is one of the early sew-on patches, the Bon Jovi logo.
Can I sew it onto your shoulder?
Just put it right on
shoulder.
there.
On your shoulder.
Sure. Oh, sure.
I can sew it onto your shoulder?
Yeah, why not?
Nice.
I'm pretty cooperative. And then let's see.
Apparently.
This is I'm not sure which. I think this is from the Jersey tour. Looking at the logo and everything, this is like a pin back, a little Bon Jovi pin back of John, kind of lounging out on the logo.
Put it through your forehead right now.
Kind of fun. Yeah, I'll
Do it
just
like
put
do it like
put
to
it
the
right
bridge
in
of
my
your
skin,
nose.
right in my skin.
Do the
And,
bridge of your
this-
nose.
This was Bon Jovi. You were talking. They were opening for Rat, and this was John during the '85 tour, the Invasion of Your Privacy tour. This was John's pass for this show at the Rat show. You see, it's assigned to John GB.
Nice.
And then this was from the '89 from the Jersey Syndicate tour. This was a general backstage pass
Very cool.
of John. Good time. There you go.
Jean jackets? Like here's mine bent, Tom. Right here.
Oh, who didn't love jean jackets with logos?
Oh yeah.
Let's see
But-
the back.
What's on the back, Sandra? You got anything on the back?
Nothing on the back. I want to cut out a Pantera thing and stick it on the back.
Ah,
that's
man.
cool.
That's prime real estate right there.
Yeah, really.
I know.
It's pretty naked right there.
I
Yeah.
know.
We need to work on that. Get you some.
I got to
some
find you a
stuff on the
good
back.
Pantera patch to sew on the back of that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll find
Yeah.
you.
Everybody had battle jackets back then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, you liked either denim or leather or both. I happen to fall into both. Or I guess
Members
I
only.
was more leather for sure, but I still had a jean jacket that I didn't really get around to decorating, but I meant to. But I guess I just got so involved into like the leather, the fringe and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
Me
I have,
too.
I have a coat like
You know.
that too.
I was in a
Yeah.
club. I had a leather vest with my colors on it, but you couldn't really put anything else on there. It was like against the law.
well, there you go. Breaking the law.
Breaking the law.
I gotta go take some medicine. I'll be right back.
There you go.
Speaking of medicine,
Bad medicine.
I'm out
Dun,
too.
dun, 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 dun,
Who didn't love that song?
dun, 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 dun,
The thing about the Bad Medicine video was that. What is that?
Shake it up, just like
The
the
thing about the Bad Medicine video, and this was great, is that Bon Jovi just handed out all these little mini cameras at a show
Yeah.
and said, "Okay, we're gonna play. You guys can shoot us, your buddies, whatever you
Yep.
want, and we're gonna gather them all, and we're gonna cut together a video." That's a really cool idea.
I think
Yeah.
Metallica did
gotta
that too
admit.
back in the early '90s. I think Metallica did that at a show once. They threw a
I mean,
bunch
that's
of
a great
cameras
idea.
on the audience. Yeah, it is a great
That
idea
it is a really great idea.
to
And
get the people's perspective.
yeah, what was that? Wherever I May Roam? Was it that video?
I believe it might have been. Yeah. Well, there's two versions, but I think the second version was like the crowd shot
I love that.
version. Yeah, me too.
I love that playing with the crowd. And
Yep.
this is an interesting tidbit. Bon Jovi John used to go, because again, if you're not from New Jersey or New York, you probably don't understand pizza culture. Pizza culture is just, those of us that really love where we come from. Pizza's like a staple of your weekly food diet. You'll always get pizza by the slice for lunch, or for dinner you get a pizza, or just a snack. Let's get a slice. Let's go around and go to the pizza parlor. And that's where you go. So John used to go, and sometimes with Ritchie, to the local pizza parlor and have cassettes of all the songs they recorded and play them for the girls that were hanging around the pizza parlor, which was very casual, and say, hey, which ones do you guys like? Because that's what we'll put on the album. Right. And that was like a big thing that, like, I remember with Management, I forget what song it was, but like one of them on the Slippery album wasn't going to go on there that John wanted, that was picked by the girls at the pizza parlor, but that Management didn't. And I don't remember if it was Living on a Prayer or what. It was one of the big ones. And Management was like, no, don't put that one on. Choose this. And they're like, no, the girls at the pizza parlor love this song. And they're like, that's ridiculous. Why are you listening? And he's like, because that's our audience. That's a sampling of our audience. Right. And that's what I want to do. And John was always very, very business savvy on that. Mr. B says On a Prayer, he believes. And he might be right about that. That's what I thought it was, Living on a Prayer. And think about that.
What up? Bryce
Think about that.
Up?
Could you imagine if Living on a Prayer, one of their biggest hits ever, that people still love singing to when it comes on in a place in a jukebox?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like, everyone's like, wow, living, even if you're just like anywhere and you hear that song, you can't help it.
Wow.
Imagine if that song was not on that album because of a bad, record label choice. And that happens so often.
Right. Yeah.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
And baby.
Golly, Big G, Tholander.
Get to the chopper.
Go now. Golly.
Go, I can't leave now. Go now.
Hurry, Golly. Get the ice cream.
John, grab the other guitar. I'll be back in a minute.
Are we ready? Are we ready for my other guitar?
Other guitar.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Let's show this one. So this one was.
I gotta get going soon.
Wait, I'll be back. Wait, don't do it.
How about a drum roll, John?
Sure, we could do that. Oh no, let's do the real deal. Okay, so here we go. This is Ritchie Sambora's peace symbol guitar that he used on the Slippery When Wet and New Jersey tours for about 4 or 5 years. I mean, this went on. He might have even used it a little after that. And the interesting thing about it is these guys were every day pretty much for that 4 or 5 years on tour. So one thing you have to consider is you're under hot stage lights. And one thing hot stage lights do is fade guitar paint. Now you'll notice, go back to that photo for a second. There you go. You'll notice it's pink. It's pink with a white peace symbol. And you're like, well, wait, John, but yours is silver. So here's the deal. If you look at the back and the sides, you could see where the light was hitting it when not. On the back, it's still that pink metallic color. But standing in front of all those stage lights constantly beaming down on it took an effect to fade the front of it. Wow. And fade it to its base color, which is silver. So you could see, like, under the pickup and under the trem and under the knob, there's still remnants of where it was pink. Like, you look under the trem, let's see, you can see it right there.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You see? It's still pink, but from every day being exposed to those bright stage lights, that's what happened. Now, again, this guitar was built by George Felice over at Kramer, who built the Bon Jovi guitars. The neck is incredibly comfortable. This is kind of a C-shaped neck, kind of like a fatter neck than John's. I guess, Ritchie liked that sort of feel. These are inlays. These are actual inlays. And this guitar kind of drives me crazy to play because I love the feel of the neck. But the problem is these inlays throw me off. I visually look down and I'm one of those guys that looks at the fret markers. And you see it starts on fret 1, goes to fret 3, and then it's kind of between fret 5 and 6. And then it kind of goes in the middle of the frets because they're so big inlays that they kind of jump across the board and they don't really mark the frets. You'll notice they have double dots. Let's see if I can get this damn light. Okay. They have double dots. You see there? There's the dot on the top, right there. They have a dot on the top of the fretboard and over here on the top of the edge.
I was going to ask you if you had dots on the top.
Yeah, and I think the reason they did that was it probably at first might have thrown Ritchie off too, because I don't usually see, like you see right over here on the 12th fret. Let's see if you can see that right here. Do you see there's dots also on the board of the 12th fret right here? Can you see that from there? Let me pull down the string.
Bit, yeah.
There you go. There's 2 dots actually on the board and on the side. So Ritchie probably says, well, that might be throwing me off a little too. Can you put dots there? And again, I don't know Ritchie's playing style, but I know it drives me nuts trying to play it because I'm that guy that looks down and, 3, 5, 7, 9, and it's just not there. It's like all over the place. So I have to look at the top dots and try to, which I don't normally do. I'm very bad with my habits. But either way, look, it is what it is. Yeah.
Hold it up again because I didn't see the body.
Okay.
Hold the body
There
up.
we go.
Oh, nice. Is that silver or like pinkish silver?
It's silver. It's silver on the top. I was explaining because it was under 5 years of nonstop stage lights, the front faded to its base coat of silver. And you could see in the pictures, it started off all pink and then eventually faded to silver. And I have a photo of Ritchie in his garage when he first was parting with it. And you see the photo, it's silver by then.
Right. That's cool, John.
Yeah, and it's neat. And, the inlays are very cool, even though they're off-putting. These stars are usually stickers. They're like a hard sticker that, Ritchie asked to request to put on.
Is that an
inlay?
Then
it's not an inlay. A lot of people think it is, but it's actually a hard plastic with a sticker back.
I got
so
you.
This is a hard plastic add-on that he put on his guitars. And then you see over here,
those are inlays, right?
These are full inlays. These are real inlays.
That's crazy.
And then here, the guard, the Ritchie Sambora truss rod cover.
Yeah.
And this is a reverse headstock. I think it's the only reverse headstock guitar he had because he had a lot of Kramers, but most of them were regular angled headstock. This is reverse headstock. And then his tech that modified a lot of his guitars to his specs was Mark Schofer, who always put the little Schofer decal on the back of the headstocks when he modded Ritchie's guitars to his tastes. And he also, interesting, he also worked on Steve Brown of Trickster's guitars because I have Steve Brown's Kramer, who also has the same decal on the back of the headstock.
I'm not a fan of gold hardware, but on that, it looks really good.
It works on some guitars and it doesn't work on others.
Is the bridge chrome? I mean, gold? I didn't see the bridge.
Yeah, it's got a gold.
Yeah, see,
got a
that
gold
works.
Floyd. And it works
silver
when it was pink and silver, and it does. It does fit in this guitar. It does fit in this guitar.
That looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
That's sweet.
Love the inlays.
Leslie says she prefers the silver. So Leslie, I'm going to mail this guitar to you. Since you didn't win the pick, I'm just going to mail you this guitar. And then, Tom is asking if I have his address to mail this guitar. Tom, I'll give you the John Bon Jovi guitar. I'll give you that one. So
I'll take the one behind you. I'll take the one behind you on the show.
Yeah, Gary, I might as well give you that. I mean, I'm clearing house this weekend. This is a why not weekend. So
Just remember me in your will. That's all I ask.
Yeah, hey, listen, it's coming up faster than you'll realize. I promise.
Just
I'm older
remember
than
me when you can. How about that?
Honey, you're going to be my final thought as I drift into the slumber that is my blessed death
The final
that I pray for every day.
Sandra
Put me out
will
of my
be the last
misery.
word that comes out of his mouth.
No, it's gonna be
Sandra.
Come closer, doctor. Come closer. Yes,
It's
Mr.
gonna be-
Mancuda. Yes, Mr. Mancuda. Yeah, I was about to say, Pokorney, me love
Hell,
you, love.
I'll take the autographed John Bon Jovi insert in the
Listen,
cassette.
everyone, write down their want list because I got to get this organized. I don't want to mess this up before I go. You know.
Well, that means I'm gonna have to see the whole collection first to see what I really want.
You better come out and just bring a truck, Gary, because I love you enough to give you a couple of them. So you better just come out.
I have a truck. You
better just come out, brother. Yeah, and before I go, I've got to have intimate relations with your wife. We got to seal that deal. We've got to seal that deal. Your wife and I have already discussed this. We've got to seal that deal.
That's a done
They
deal.
have, actually.
Yeah, Gary's gonna be looking at guitars. His wife's gonna be like full of dick, and
Hey,
she's like, I got what I wanted. Everyone gets what they want.
you might need backup, John. That's all I can say.
Everyone.
Mr. B.
I want everyone to get what they want. Let's see.
Hold that up one more time there.
Sure, man.
That is so gorgeous.
It is.
There we go.
It looks like a chicken foot guitar.
It's a peace symbol.
Nice.
Well, thank you, Mr. B. Thank you, Mr. B. Brian Spalding wants my Captain America shield. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, Tom, that's fair, right? I get a guitar.
Make out your want list, guys.
Mancuda gets my old lady. What it's all good. I don't see a downside.
Yeah, and I'm not keeping her. I'm just borrowing her a little
Everybody's happy. Yeah.
bit. Everybody's
Borrowing
happy.
her a little
Your wife's like, especially me.
It works out. Yeah.
Yeah, let me give you a double shot just for those that missed it, just so you have a screen grab.
There you go. Yeah.
Those are actually both awesome guitars.
Those are beautiful.
Let me see if I could do this right. Hold on.
I would think I'd rather play John's though.
There you go.
Nice.
I like that. I love that fucking neck on that guitar.
They're both great feeling guitars. I wish the inlays on this were like accurate to the to the proper fret that a marker should be, because I love feeling it, but it drives me nuts trying to play it. It really gives me a hard time. I'm embarrassed to say it. I'm not a good guitar player, but it gives me enough agita that I keep looking down and I'm like, fuck. And it's such a broken in neck too. It's like really a good feel, Leslie says, my new guitar is lovely. Try not to drop it, John.
Yeah.
I know. I got to be careful with it, Les.
Han says he'll take your Bang endorsement deal.
Oh, nice. Well, you've got to earn that. I mean, that's not up to me. That's up to Bang.
That guitar, John, that piece guitar was played in Moscow in '89 at the Moscow Music Peace Festival.
I heard that as well.
Jesus Christ. Mm.
Yeah, I mean, there's if you look in magazines, you'll see a lot of concert photos of both of these guitars. I mean, I'm just blessed to own them right now. Yeah. Really appreciate them, and more importantly, I like sharing them with the audience. I like,
we appreciate you bringing them on and showing.
We do appreciate it, man.
We really do.
Yeah.
No, I mean that
go-to for guitars.
Yeah,
man.
listen, that's what I'm good for. If anyone doesn't, that's what I'm good for. I mean, that's why I'm here.
You got an awesome collection, John. Really,
and you got the knowledge behind them all. It's just amazing to listen to.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like everyone else. I'm a fan of this stuff. I'm an enthusiast. I love this stuff.
Yeah.
Enough that every week I talk about it. So
And thanks for sharing.
Thanks for inviting me on.
Our pleasure to have you, dude.
Hell yeah, man.
Appreciate you being here.
Absolutely. Always welcome. On our show too, man. You're always welcome, man.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I like coming on your show
Ladies and
too.
You can
gentlemen,
always-
John Mancuda.
Always welcome
Yeah.
to be the third wheel, dude.
I'm happy to be the third wheel. Just like in dating, I'm always the third wheel.
You can catch John every week on Johnny Bean TV every Tuesday. Yep.
Talking guitars.
Guitars and Eddie Metal
Live.
live.
Exclamation point.
8 p.m.
Yes.
Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. California time. And we'd love to have any of you. I mean, most people in the audience I recognize from our
Yeah.
show.
Here's
So
the
I
link for that.
absolutely recognize that.
I'll tell you what, I know Johnny's on like 5 days a week, but I only watch Tuesdays when you're on.
But thank you, man. Although watch
It
them
is
all.
a
Watch
great
them all.
show.
Watch them all.
I
Let's
watch
see.
Friday
Blackjack,
once in a while.
Blackjack Guitar Nut says, what year is the piece guitar? Why is the bottom horn cut out so much? As far as carve, I mean,
Access.
it's really up to Ritchie to spec out a guitar. Like this neck of Ritchie's is different than this neck of John's. John's is more of a flatter D shape of raw wood, no oil, and Ritchie's is an oiled maple. And it's kind of like a bit more rounded, like almost like a flat C, like between a C and a D, and a little wider. So they obviously have different styles, different quests. When you're an endorsee, you get to go to Kramer and say, look, here's what I like. Give me a little more fret access cut horn. Give me a little wider on the neck. I like these style frets. I mean, you can order what you want. So that's the answer of it. As far as the year, they're both of 87, I believe. So let's see. See if the numbers are close to each other also. Actually, Ritchie's is an F series. John's is an E series. So John's was earlier. John's is definitely an 87. I believe Ritchie's is an 87, possibly an 88, but I believe it's an 87. It could be 88 though. Kramer was very big back then in the late 80s. You have to remember that. A lot of guys played Kramer.
Yeah. Gorgeous guitars.
Cool.
For sure.
And owned by Johnny
A big-
Ritchie too.
Yeah, owned by a big idiot. Thank you, Blackjack Guitar Nut.
Your lighting is much better now, John, by the way.
I think just as the sun sets, it's just positioning into my windows because I'm not used to broadcasting during the day. My shows are at night, so my lighting in the house is set up for shooting video at night. But you do what you can do. I'm
That's
happy
it.
to come on in the day. I'm flattered to be invited, so I appreciate that.
I would love it when you're here.
I love being here. It's very appreciated.
Let's take care of a little business right
Mhm,
here. Everybody in the chat. Our Show Me Your Pick live crew guy, Brendan B. Squared. He
Brendan
could not
Buttcheeks.
be here. He
Yep, Brendan
makes
Buttcheeks.
custom cigar box guitars. If you want one,
Made me
there
one.
is his links.
Sandra, you got a cool one recently.
I did.
nice.
Can you grab it? Is it close
Excuse me?
by?
She's married.
It's-
Oh, you meant.
The guitar, John, the guitar.
Oh boy.
I can, yes, I can. Whoops.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Blow me down. Whoa.
Look,
There we
Santa's
go. Look at
standing
that.
up.
Look at that. Pokorney.
I can't hear anybody. My earphones are out.
There you go with the
sweet.
communication breakdown logo. Very
Yeah,
cool.
Nice.
Very
That
cool.
is sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he will make you one exactly like you want it.
I want to go this way.
That neck is beautiful, man.
Oh yeah. Look at the wood on that thing.
And the headstock?
Purdy.
Nice.
There it is. Nice.
Nice.
Very cool.
That's a chunk of lumber right there, man.
Yeah, right?
And that is a
It's a
one-piece
fun
neck.
toy. It's a fun toy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Let me answer a question in the chat. Mancuda, are you
Then
nearing
just sit there now
storage
until the show's
capacity?
over.
Are you nearing storage capacity for your guitar collection in your apartment? Well, I have a condo. It's a really big condo, though, and I also have I have guitars in other locations, including my parents' house, my best friend's house, things like that. So, but no, I am, you know, I have a lot of places that I keep guitars, multiple locations. So I have plenty of capacity, but you know, there's also a point where how much can you get to? You know, I'm over 300 guitars, so it's like, you know, I try to get to them all eventually through the year of rotating them, checking them out, maintaining them, and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I'm close to where I want to be. But yeah, there are others that I'll filter out and sell one or two and buy one or two, and you know, it's just one of those random things. Like, you know, I have a want list of certain guitars I've missed over the years that you know, if I saw them, I'd buy them.
Like,
If-
what's
if
the number one
financing
on that
were-
list?
They're not really celebrity guitars. They're like BC Rich gunslingers with specific graphics that I've missed over the years. You know, I've seen photos of, but I could never find it. Or you know, I saw it on eBay once, but I missed the bid or something like that. You know,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So let's put her right there, and we
Yeah.
want to give a special shout out to our co-producer right there,
Yeah.
Yay!
who makes it all go down smooth.
Pokorney, me love you long time.
That'd be a long time.
Yeah,
My
Get outta
sister
here
you're
with that.
talking about, damn it.
I love your sister. She's awesome.
She is.
So we appreciate
You guys are
you
too
and
kind.
everything you do.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Appreciate you back.
Yeah, and of course the host of Communication Breakdown with Big G Gary.
Which is coming up here in a couple or
Like 2
another
minutes.
hour,
40
What
40
time is it?
minutes.
40 minutes from now. Who's your guest tonight, guys?
Quentin motherfucking James.
Mm,
Right.
Or as Emmett would have it, Emmett.
Yeah.
Emmett and Quentin.
Emmett,
Yeah,
back to my computer.
Emmett gets top billing.
Emmett featuring Quentin fucking James.
There you go. Yeah.
There you
There you
go.
go.
Well
you
said.
Emmett and his
All right.
trainer.
Everybody,
Emmett and his human.
I appreciate you being here today.
Wow, thank you, Brian. Those are
Gary,
like huge
always a
words. Thank you.
pleasure.
Tony, thanks for having me, bro.
Always a pleasure, bro.
Thanks, man.
John,
Thank
had
you
a
for
wonderful time.
thank you for inviting me on, man. I really appreciate that. And
We
thank you
appreciate you being here. John Mancuda, everyone.
and thank you to our audience, of course.
Love my chat.
Audience is always great. 14 watching, 20 thumbs. What the fuck? That's awesome.
Wow.
It's rigged. It's rigged.
Clive,
Recount.
Big Gazza says, what's up,
Sorry.
homie?
Yeah, always leave a thumbs up and thank you for tuning in. And you know, even if you're watching it as a rerun, please leave a thumbs up and comment because we like
Yeah.
comments.
Yeah, I know
And John,
we all can't catch these afternoon shows, and I understand, but appreciate you watching. Thank you.
hell yeah. You guys rock.
Absolutely.
All right, kids, we're going to shove off from the dock. We're gonna shove
Shoving off for home. We're shoving right off for home again.
All right, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope everyone's had a great week.
Do it right
Oh, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, Blue Rhino.
now. Bye.
We will be right back here next week, this same time. Everybody have a great night.